This is Inside Mside, your favorite podcast for all things Morningside. Here's stories from students, alumni, faculty, and more about what makes the Morningside experience so special. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Inside Mside. I'm your host, Alex Waters, Alumni Engagement Director. I have a full table, a full house, if you will, today here with me for what I will say is going to go down in history, at least thus far, as probably my favorite episode. And that's because not only is it surrounding people with Morningside and talking about things Morningside, but also food. If you know me, I'm a huge foodie. So for this episode, we invited some students around, and what we wanted to do was taste test some of Sioux City's finest pizzas. I know that students have opinions. I know our alumni have opinions, but we wanted to taste test for ourselves. So we invited these students. I'm going to have them introduce themselves. We'll talk a little bit about the pizzas we ordered, hear what their thoughts are. Let's start down there. You want to introduce yourself? Say name, major, year, where you're from, stuff like that.
Okay, I'm a senior nursing major. My name's Amanda Ward. Oh, they're just looking at the camera. I'm from Longmont, Colorado, so the Midwest definitely new for me, but I've enjoyed it thus far.
Awesome.
My name's Chandler Todd. I am from Lorenz, Iowa. I'm a nonprofit management major, and I'm really excited to be here today. This is my favorite food, and we all have very strong opinions on food, so I'm really excited to see how this goes.
Definitely.
Hello. My name is Tasia Austin. I'm a senior music education major with a vocal emphasis from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I am just excited to just see what my friends' opinions are based on my opinions on pizza.
Right?
My name is Kat Wirtz. I'm a senior nursing major from Omaha, Nebraska. And yeah, I'm just excited because there's a lot of offers here that are Sioux City staples that I've yet to try. So I'm excited to get to try those today.
My name is Riley Salzman. I am a senior nursing major as well from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I'm excited to eat some good local food with some of my favorite people.
My name is Garrett Arbuckle. I am a senior political science major from Littleton, Colorado. And yeah, I'm just excited to be here and eat pizza with all of these people here.
Okay. Well, hey, without further ado, we have one last guest that's going to be joining us that we're excited to welcome in. He loves some Sioux City staples himself. President Dr. Albert Mosley, do you want to come over this way, over that way? We can scooch over. Where would you like to join? Here. You want to scooch over?
Okay.
All right.
Over towards me.
You bet. We have a plate.
Perfect. Well, and Dr. Mosley, we actually just went around. We did some introductions of each other. And so what we'll do is we'll go through and we're going to actually start with our first pizza. But first off, can we get a plate down here for Dr. Mosley?
We're getting a piece. It was out there.
And then do we have one more piece? Yep, we're getting that. So we'll get you, don't worry, we won't leave you out on this first taste test. But like we said, let's dig in. So students, feel free to dig in, and Dr. Mosley will get him a slice. So first up, the first one that we're having is actually Bob Rose. Bob Rose Pizza, right there close to campus. Dr. Mosley, we actually went together a couple times now to be able to enjoy the wings for sure down there, but now we're having some pizza.
Bob Rose Point After here. Okay.
Bob Rose Point After, just down the street.
The sauce is sweeter than I expected.
I was going to say, the sauce is very sweet, yeah.
But I like the contrasting pepperoni. It's really salty.
I feel like there's a lot of cheese, too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
Nice. The crust is thin. I'm a
I say
thin
I'm
crust.
thin
It's
crust.
really
Yeah.
I'm a thin crust.
I'm a big fan of how thick the pepperoni are. Like, they're nice, sizable pieces of pepperoni.
Yeah, I don't really care for thin crust much. But this is an awful lot of cheese.
There you go. So the
sure.
cheese ratio is on point. Is that what you're telling
I'm all
me?
for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, if you look at it, it's like way more than the crust.
I wish I could pitch in here.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Would you
We're
be
getting you that
patient?
pizza for sure. For sure.
What would you
Yeah,
say?
no, I think the cheese is overall is that the first impression. The cheese, sweet sauce.
Yeah,
I think it's sweet sauce.
the sweet sauce was the
That
first
was
thing I
first thing
noticed.
I noticed.
Yeah.
Awesome. And if you're watching this live, have no fear. There might be a little commotion, but that's just one of our mascots here on campus. My puppy, Betty, a golden retriever, is actually here on campus. and smelled pizza as anyone would,
Yeah.
and wanted to come in and be able to say hi. So that's what's going on there. But I'm with you. The Bob Rose for me, the point is the cheese is what sells it for me for sure. And I think you're going to see a little bit of a difference, especially in the crust side of it as we go through all of this. But any other first impressions? What do you guys think about Bob Rose in general? I mean, it's right down the street. You
Their
guys
wings.
go there quite a bit?
Wings delicious, super close to campus, which is nice. I mean, they're always not too busy, which is awesome because their service
Unless you
is
hit them
good.
certain times on
Yeah,
Wing
certain
Wednesday,
ti-
that's for
Wing
sure.
Wednesday.
They've always got such good specials there too, and that's really what I like about Bob Rose. It's every day there's something new.
Yeah, I think I think Bob Rose is the first local pizza I had in Sioux City, like coming here freshman year, because they used to do a serving contest at the volleyball games, and they would have free boxes of pizza. And so one of my roommates, so they used to do that, and so we got free pizza from Bob Rose a few times. That
That's
was
right. That's
that
a
was awesome.
throwback. I
Yeah,
remember
that is a little
those.
throwback, but yeah, that was fun. That was a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually never tried Bob Rose until we were getting ready for homecoming weekend
Yes,
this
and
like
that's going on.
like last month, and ever since it's probably one of my favorite pizza places in Sioux City. So.
And what I love too is the atmosphere of Bob Rose.
Oh,
You
for sure.
can't beat that, especially
Great.
when it comes to Morningside and all of their paraphernalia and stuff like that. Just all the stuff, memorabilia, I guess, on the wall and things like that. I think it's really kind of cool. Great.
Wonderful.
Now, Dr. Mosley, you got to have a couple bites.
So the sauce is a little sweeter than
All right.
what I thought it would be. And there's a lot of cheese, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So overall,
There you go.
Pretty good.
Good thoughts.
Good slice.
And you've enjoyed Bob Rose when we went down there, right?
I love the wings. I do all flats when I do wings. So,
Yeah.
You can ask for that?
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Right.
I didn't even know you could
There's
do
probably
that.
a little upcharge or whatever, but
Oh, that's okay.
if you
See,
smell,
to be
Maybe
fair,
next
if you
time
smell,
we'll
they may
go
take it
Yeah,
off. So.
Perfect. Are we ready for the next pizza? Next
do
up,
it.
we got right next to campus, Jerry's.
Jerry's.
Jerry's Pizza.
It's funny because I've never been to Jerry's, and it's probably the closest to campus.
Yeah.
And it's right by the Dairy Queen, and you'd think convenience-wise, but
Yeah.
no, it is.
You can
not.
definitely tell it's a
not been spot.
pepperoni pizza. I mean,
Right.
look at all those
So many
puppies,
pepperonis.
huh?
No lack of pepperonis.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
My.
Wow.
Was there any cheese on
It's
here?
really got that
Is there any?
like local pizzeria vibe to it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just is like a quick in and out, like it's not a dine-in kind
Right.
of establishment, which is kind of
Yeah, of course.
interesting, but also a nice way. I mean, who doesn't
Correct me if
enjoy
I'm
their
wrong,
pizza?
but do you have to? It's only cash, isn't it?
Cash or
Like
check.
cash and
Yeah.
check, yeah.
So it's like
Interesting.
super kind of.
Yeah,
old
that's. I
fashioned.
think that's why they're so.
It's pep.
I don't know,
Wait,
pretty
did you say
fast with
check?
I was just gonna say you all carry a checkbook, right?
I do.
I
I
want
do.
one in my
Yeah,
golf.
maybe
I don't
not,
even own
maybe
it.
One in my
not.
golf bag,
No.
one in my room.
Right? No doubt.
It's
Right,
peppered a
so
little heavier
Jerry's,
than the
I've had
last one.
Jerry's a couple of
More
times.
seasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely seasoning.
Mm-hmm. The pepperonis, there's a lot of spices on there, but it's good. It's flavorful.
It's a nice kick. I don't know.
This is actually
It's
quite
refreshing.
delightful.
It is like it's a different.
Yeah, like a lot more seasoning. Like it tastes like fennel.
Yeah.
It's like more sausagey.
Yeah.
But I think there's
Oh,
like
that's
a
the word.
seasoning on top.
Yeah.
Fennel.
That's the word.
Fennel, oregano.
That's what it was.
Like a Italian spice almost.
Yeah.
Sticking on top. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that takes away from like the classic pepperoni taste, but adds its own little
like
flavor
its own
in there.
little-
Because
Yeah.
it's
Italian
you have
flair.
some very distinguishing taste buds. So
Wow.
that's unusual for college students.
Yeah.
Usually they're just like, hey, it's good pizza.
It's
all right,
pizza.
back
Yeah.
forward, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I like that it's up the street too. So like anywhere you live on campus, you can just walk there. Like call in your order, they tell you however long.
For
Just
sure.
go walk, bring it back, and it's super quick. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you don't have a vehicle on campus, super accessible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At least you can walk right
Wow.
there.
Exactly.
Because while Bob Rose, the first option that we had is close, Jerry's, I mean, you can't get much closer
I
than
mean,
that.
Bob Rose, you could walk there.
could walk
Like,
there.
that's
Sure.
pretty close too.
Or after having so many wings, you might want to.
Yeah,
walk.
right.
Yeah.
You gotta walk it off.
That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, this is the best pizza for Bob Rose I think I've ever had.
No.
Bob Rose and Jerry's.
Jerry's.
This is like delicious.
It is really good. I think the cheese is really flavorful too,
Yeah,
which is really good.
Wow.
It's like another thinner.
That's
Hell,
the fifth,
whoa.
It's a
that's the
thin
fifth
crust.
wow you've done since you've been eating
There you
this.
go.
Exactly.
That's gonna be the scale.
We're
Well, seriously, I've been
Wow
doing
It's
that.
phenomenal.
Yeah, what's
That's
the
a
wow
good wall.
scale you've got?
The wow factor. I like
Oh
that.
my goodness.
Perfect.
We get like
What
a
are your
wow
thoughts on
tally
the
on the board
sauce?
there.
Thoughts on the sauce?
I think it's perfect, not too much.
It's
Yeah,
like
I like
not
the sauce.
overpowering or like anything
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like perfect. You almost don't
Yeah.
notice it, but notice it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Okay, are we ready for the next?
I'm not a huge fan of the sweet sauce.
Yeah.
This is just too much of a
Mhm.
which was in the
Different
first
of a
Yeah.
contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
You
So
just
depending
wait.
on your flavor, yeah. Next up, actually down on 4th Street, we're going to Buffalo Alice.
Buffalo Alice. I just got pizza
We're gonna have
from
a chance
here
to finish these
the other
I was
day.
gonna say, yeah, you might need to, or get that'll be a late night snack. There you go.
Oh, the slices
This
just
one
keep getting bigger.
Also, yeah, bigger. A lot of pepperoni
A
again.
lot of pepperoni, yeah. Yeah. I just got Buffalo Alice pizza the other day.
What a big box.
It was really good.
Okay.
Where is
I
it?
know a couple of mornings that people work there and they
Yeah.
really enjoyed
I
them.
quite thoroughly enjoy
Yeah.
BA's.
It's right there on 4th Street downtown.
Yeah, guys, I don't really venture down
I need a beer to sort of cleanse my palate.
there. Oh yeah, do you want something to drink?
Thank
Do
you.
you like
Yeah.
LaCroix?
No.
Would you like a soda?
Good answer! Hey!
No doubt.
I'll
No.
have a Coke.
no.
Is there Coke? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely don't.
Oh, that was
There are like
funny.
layers of pepperoni on this pizza. Like
Yeah.
I
Look
just
at
like
that.
looking at it and it's just like a layer.
Oh gosh.
But this crust is very soft.
Wow.
Very soft crust.
Yep. And
When you
thin
bite
again.
into it,
Yeah.
If you order pepperoni, I feel like there should be
This should be pepperoni.
pepperoni.
Ample pepperoni.
That cheese is really good too.
Yeah, the sauce is a little sweet though.
Yeah. It's like a
I
little,
still don't
like,
think it's as sweet as
zesty.
Bob Rose though.
No.
Not
right.
as sweet as Bob Rose, but it is a little sweet.
Yeah, both very.
I
Very
like the
nice.
crust on this. So it's not like quite like thin crust, but it's still got some body to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
A little spice of pepperoni.
I was gonna say there's like a little bit of a kick to it. I think.
Not like overbearing.
That is
Yeah.
also the heat meter
Yeah,
as far as
yeah.
like whether there's some heat to it
Whether
or
it's
not.
spicy
So
or
a
not.
little sweeter sauce, but a little spicier pep.
Yeah, I agree. But it's like yeah, very good.
Or a
Excellent.
Sprite or something like that.
Perfect.
Water, Sprite.
Around to Diet Cokes.
Yeah, exactly.
No
Around
Diet
the
Coke
diet.
for me.
Right. Wow. Yeah, this is also quite
Sprite
good.
would be great. Perfect. Yeah,
It's just you're right, Garrett. It's just like nice and light. It's
Yeah.
not too heavy. It's not.
Yeah.
That's good. I've never had that one before.
cooked
Different.
perfectly.
They're also different.
and if I mean the pepperoni game is on point and on brand for Buffalo Alice because they really hit home the topping. So
Right.
if you go there, you're gonna get loaded up on toppings.
Good to know.
I really like this the spice the pepperoni has.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
pretty good. Gotta have
I
my
feel like
water
this
right
is
here.
speed just
gotta-
working through like all right and on to the next one. But I think what's awesome about doing this, I'll give you a second to digest, but you all probably hear about some of these Sioux City staples. And it's like, how does that work through the grapevine? Do you hear through the dorm? Or I always hear about from alumni, talking to me about their favorites and their first time that they went there. How does that spread like organically through the dorms?
I have to be honest, a lot of places I've heard about have been from working concession stands because we used to sell Jerry's pizza when we worked concessions.
Okay.
So we'd have people come up like specifically asking for Jerry's and they would just kind of talk it up and then be like, it's also very like, then they'd also recommend a couple other local places when they bring it up. So that's actually how I heard a lot about a lot of the places we're trying. So kind of different.
Yeah. Buffalo Alice I've heard about because like as Tasia said, we know students that work there that they just
right.
work there on so when we go there, Bob Rose, though like that one I just
Classic,
knew,
yeah.
classic. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just right down the
Well
street. I feel
down
like
the
that's the
street.
first thing that people say. Like any good restaurants? Well, there's Bob Rose right down the street.
Yeah. That's for sure. Okay, we ready for the next one?
Yeah, hit me.
Next pie. Okay, this is actually going to be
Oh,
Alfredo's.
cheese.
I've heard amazing things about Alfredo's.
Yes.
And it's not thin crust. We're already off to a good start.
Sorry.
Hot
I'm
diggity.
very excited for this one.
Wow, this is really soft crust.
Feels super
You just even
soft.
pick it up and it's like
Oh, I love a good
soft.
You betcha.
Thank you.
I know there's some type of rivalry maybe with Alfredo's and Jerry's. I always hear like they compare the two because one's really close to here and
Right.
Alfredo's is all the way on the other side of town, so it's kind of like the rivalry across the town. I don't know. I always have heard this one or Jerry's. Alfredo's or Jerry's have been like
All right,
the
let's
things I
try
hear.
this out and see.
It has seasoning on it too. Has like an
yeah.
Italian
I see
seasoning.
the seasoning.
Yeah.
It is kind of one of those. There's almost like a rivalry
Yeah.
itself. That's like,
sauce.
okay, well, who's
This
the
is
best one? Who's this?
Oh my heavens.
this is very good piece
Yeah.
of pizza.
I was gonna say.
It's fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
that's
little
good.
kick.
Phenomenal, if you
Sparse
will.
on pepperoni.
A little
than
kick.
others.
Yeah, there
but
is
that's
Correct, not
okay.
as many.
But that's okay.
But what are we saying? Sauce is what I heard.
My word.
Sauce. I heard cheese.
It's very soft.
I like the crust. The crust is like the perfect crust.
The cheese is soft, the crust is soft, and it's like a nice pillowy with like a little crunch of pepperoni.
Not too
There's
thin.
a lot of
Texture.
cheese, but it's like
A good amount.
together very well, and
Yeah.
it tastes very good. It tastes.
This
very
might be
good.
the start of a Food Network show. I'm not sure.
I don't
but
know that
think
that really
yeah,
counts as
yeah.
anything. I just said together, like the cheese is together, but that's really not saying anything. But it's really good.
No, but
I don't know.
really
I have
good.
to go against the majority here.
Really?
Oh.
I like my pizza a little more like when I pick it up, I want it to look like a piece of pizza, you know, a little more
Not
like
have the,
a little more
the
Not
factor.
like this.
No,
Not have the
no,
bounce
a little more
factor.
cooked.
Yeah.
It's a little greasy, but I mean,
It is
I
greasy.
it's just a different taste, which I guess I've never had, so I'm not used to. But it's still good. It's a good.
Chandler
piece of
just
pizza.
hold back. Okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
wow.
No, I'm just
That's a hot
Like,
take.
I don't know why. I'm
Hashtag unpopular opinion. Here we go. Okay.
I like how the crust is like soft enough to like be supple and like have a really good texture to it, but it's not like falling apart on you. It's not like making a mess. You're not losing toppings and cheese and stuff.
that's
These
the
words
worst when
are-
you're
these
losing
words are throwing
toppings
me,
off of
guys.
pizza. That's the worst.
Could you pass me?
And you said it had
I'd
a little
love
bit
to.
of spice to it.
A little bit of
Just a little bit.
spice and
I would agree with that.
Yeah, what's our
I
spice
the
meter
texture
at?
sort of drew me a little bit too because yeah.
Used to
Yeah.
a little more crisp crust.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it
I
does
think
kinda
it's
just
great.
dangle, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we could
I think it's good though. It's like
Chandler
not
will
too
eat this
spicy.
all
We're
day.
like,
Chandler's got this all day.
cool.
Kat, do we want to pass this one back?
Absolutely,
Then
yeah.
We'll hand that towards Garrett.
Got it.
So I've got a plate of
Yeah, right. A
Pizza.
half-eaten
What a
pieces,
buffet.
for sure.
Have any of you gone to Alfredo's?
I've
Yeah.
not.
I've been
Where
once.
is it?
So they used to have one over on this side of town, but now they sold that one. So now the Alfredo's is over on the west side, over kind of like you're getting closer to the Starbucks and stuff that are over there on
Okay.
Hamilton.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, and it's got a very nostalgic feel to it. If you ever go there, very old school building. They kept everything very similar to kind of when it started because it's been around for decades.
Yeah, it was a really cool restaurant inside.
Yeah. And they even had a stage and stuff back in the day. They would have performances.
Perfect.
And play different things going on there. I'm not sure if they still do, but yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Perfect. All right. So the last one is actually kind of a curveball. A lot of people don't know about this spot in Sioux City. But it is one of those where once you've had it, a lot of people rave about it. There is even a dipping sauce, more marinara. And this is Tony's. Tony's is over on what, Pierce Street, and it's up actually right across the street from Pierce Street Coffee Works.
Sure.
Another one that I was gonna say you
Really?
probably all have heard of. And they're known for their braided crust.
Look at this crust, Alex.
It is braided.
I was gonna say, if you enjoy a thicker crust, this is for sure that.
I love
The
a thick
dipping
crust.
sauce
Thank you.
is good.
Is
by
it a meat
itself.
sauce or is it like a?
No, it looks like
I think
a
it's cool that it
tomato.
comes with something. Like,
I'm
it's
sorry,
just
I'm
like
tomato
taking my time
marinara.
here.
marinara.
Did you want to get
Absolutely.
one of those?
There you
All
Wow.
around there.
So you're supposed to dip
Oh yeah,
it?
where's this marinara?
There you are.
It's making its way.
Do you
Yeah.
dip the
Warm
whole
still.
piece?
Oh,
Oh
we got
wow.
some cheese sliding off.
Do you dip the whole thing or just the crust?
That's a good question. Whatever you're
your heart
thinking.
desires.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh, let's
we
try.
got the slidage
We're
of toppings.
sliding.
Do you want me to hold?
It might be easier if I actually just set it down.
It smells really good.
It's very tomatoey.
The sauce or the?
Tomatoey, the
Take this one
pizza,
because I
like just
double
having a
touched
bite of
it.
it.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Like I can't say
Like a whole
I
tomato?
taste too much pepperoni.
Yeah, no, I taste a lot of the tomato.
And then you might want to tear it
I like
apart.
the amount of brightness and like acidity that the tomato adds to the.
Fair.
So it makes it a
Yeah.
lot more
Fair
unique.
point.
Got it?
I got one
Not as
here.
like dense when
Kind
you
of
eat
sort of.
Okay,
Didn't get my.
Perfect.
Yeah.
little pepperoni.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Alright,
like the
let's pass
crust
Tony's
by
back
itself in the sauce though. If you like to rip it off.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Interesting good or interesting?
Well, help me out here.
I do like the
The
grated
jury's
parm on the
still
top.
out.
No
Okay.
other place had like shaky cheese
Yeah, that
on
was-
the top, and I
Oh,
love a
because
good
normally
cheese
you
on
can do
top.
that by yourself.
Absolutely.
Oh, they did
It's
it.
an added touch.
they did it. They just did it for us.
Made the
Like, thank
executive
you,
decision.
thank
Right.
you.
Right.
And then tomato forward, is that something that I heard? Or like
Yeah.
the tomatoes
Quite
very
tomato-y.
flavorful?
Yeah.
These
But-
pepperonis taste different.
They also
or I
are
don't know
like
if it's the cheese though.
Is it?
I don't know.
the pepperoni doesn't taste like that.
Pepperoni has little to no flavor, but I think it's because
Oh,
I'm with you.
they want you to focus on the sauce.
On the sauce,
Okay, yes.
because
Like
the
the
sauce
sauce
is
across
good,
the
but you
sauce
can
and
tell.
the crust. I
It's
think
a
the
tomato
crust too.
pasty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they know their way around a tomato for sure.
And
Absolutely.
This dipping sauce, like
It's
I
bomb.
really love.
What do you think of the crust and the sauce?
Like some breadsticks, maybe.
Yeah.
Like that. Like
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
with the sauce would be
That'd be
good.
amazing.
But the sauce is different than the actual sauce.
No, it is
on
not
the
the same.
This
No, I
dipping-
know it's
yeah.
different.
Oh, no, I
It
know, I was
just-
agreeing with
Oh
you.
yeah.
no, wait, we're on the same team.
I was like, oh
Don't
Same
go.
team. Yeah, exactly. Dr. Mosley, now that you're letting this one sink in a little bit.
I think I'm back at Jerry's. For some reason, I keep going back and biting that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
No doubt. And the dipping sauce made it
Well,
Yeah.
for Tony.
I think for the crust, yeah. To
What do
like
we
dip
think
the
about
crust.
the braided crust? Is anyone a big crust person?
Oh, yeah.
I am.
I love
Big
honey
time.
with my crust.
I was
Big
gonna say I
time
know
crust.
some people that start like
I'm
crust
not
first.
I just don't know about this dipping sauce though. I'm
Really?
odd man out again. I don't know if it's too sweet or if
No,
it's
I agree
just
with
like
you,
a.
Yeah.
I just
agree
don't
with
know
you.
that I would have it regularly with my pizza. Like if I wasn't having it here at this taste test with
Right.
the sauce, I probably
Probably
would
wouldn't
have
Well,
get
it.
that's why I
because I
said
think it's different
breadsticks.
than the sauce on the
Oh,
pizza,
yeah,
which
it
is
is,
kind of
yeah.
a
If
little
they had, like, cheesy
contrasting.
bread,
Definitely,
breadsticks, garlic
definitely a
sticks.
breadstick. I mean, maybe they want to eat to like have just for the crust, like purposefully. I don't know.
Mhm.
Because you can eat it how you want it.
Yeah, I passed on the dipping sauce. I looked at it and like the first thing that came to mind was heartburn. I was like, nope, I'm good.
Might be a little hot. Coming in hot for sure.
But it was good. I've never had this place,
No,
but this
I-
is the only one that I haven't had before, and it was good. It was good.
Yeah, have to try some more toppings. Maybe we'll let this set for a little bit before we order pizza again, anytime.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
But for college students, that could be tomorrow. I'm not sure about that.
You bet.
Perfect.
Wow.
My question is, I have a question for you,
No
Alex.
doubt.
What are we gonna do?
Oh.
Everyone's favorites.
Yeah, most
I
definitely.
was wondering
What
which
your
one was the
thought?
oldest. Like, what place has been here the longest?
Oh, gosh.
And, like, I wonder, like, if they've kept the same recipe for all these years, and that's why people always go back, or, like,
Councilman Waters with the history.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna have to do some Google searches and remember Alfredo's. I know has been here quite some time because they've advertised that of how long they've been around. But Tony's is like I said, one of those that's also been around for quite some time. But when you're on this side of town, you just don't hear about it.
Yeah.
as much.
Mhm.
But
And
for
Jerry's
sure.
Jerry's has been here for quite some time. too.
Exactly. And I think Jerry's, that's where Jerry's and Alfredo's are always kind of having, like we were saying, that rivalry. Being established for decades and decades.
Yeah, wow.
Don't worry, we have
So
some.
Jerry's son, Terry,
Okay.
runs the place now.
He what?
He runs
it
the
now?
place now. Yeah, Jerry's son, Terry.
I'll be darned.
Love that. Jerry Terry.
Still the family vibe for sure.
Yeah.
So now that we're letting it digest, we've tried everything. Go through and maybe everyone just talk a little bit about their favorites and why. All right,
Perfect.
Garrett, you wanna kick us off?
Yeah, I will. I think I like Buffalo Alice the best. Just their crust was like not too much. It was good. It was there. It was good. The sauce was good. Everything, and then the pepperoni does have a little bit more of a kick, which I like because it is a pepperoni pizza. So I want to be able to taste the pepperoni flavor on its own, and that was the only one that I think that I was
Yeah.
only able to do it on its own.
And was that the one with the fennel and the oregano, the
yeah,
seasoning?
no, yeah,
Or was that Jerry's?
Or was it-
Jerry.
I think that was Jerry's.
That was Jerry's,
Gotcha.
but that
Was
my
it?
favorite so far.
Okay,
We're all
one vote
combining
for
in my
Buffalo
mind.
Alice for sure.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Tony's.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hello.
First time. There you go.
I really enjoyed like the brightness of the sauce and the dipping sauce. I love the thickness of the crust. Jerry's did like he pretty close with that seasoning, that fennel, that oregano. The amount of pepperoni was just amazing on that pizza.
but I still think I'm gonna go with Tony.
Nice.
Okay, fair enough.
I think my favorite has to be Bob Rose, which I'm a big fan of, like the sweeter sauce, and that was obviously I think that was like the sweetest sauce that we tasted here, and I like thin crust as well, so it's a good combination for both of those for me. So
I don't know if that surprises anyone.
I don't know.
You
That was
wanted
the
that
only one.
sweeter sauce.
Yeah.
I like it.
Only one I can confidently eat without a glass of water. So I'll take it. Yeah.
Sure. All day.
I'm gonna have to agree with Garrett. I loved Buffalo Alice. I liked the thick, not the thick crust, but the thick amount of cheese. It was the right like ratio with the pepperoni, and I loved the crust too because it's kind of like crackery almost, but a little bit thicker than a cracker, which I like because I'm a thin crust person. But I thought that had the most flavor, and I enjoyed it the most. So Buffalo Alice is my vote.
Cool. All right, so
Dr. Mosley.
I'm going to actually combine taste with customer service. All right, so I've been to several of these places, and Jerry's tops it for me. So here's why. So my very first time at Jerry's, I was here visiting the city, and I went by there. So on my way back to the airport in Omaha, and I ordered a pizza. And Terry, the guy, says, "Are you new here?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to be working at Morningside." And he goes, "Oh, you're the new president?" I said, "Yes." And he goes, "All right, pizza's on the house." And then he comes out and he goes, "Do you want a pop?" And I was like, "Do I want a what?" You know?
Yeah.
Like, a pop? Like,
I know
like
that.
you're gonna hit me or something? And so, so like, so then he shows me a Coke. I said, "Oh, you mean a Coke? Yeah, I'll take a Coke." And so,
Oh, okay.
so, but anyway, yeah, and so I'm driving back to Omaha with the pizza from Jerry's, and it was delicious. But I kept thinking, hey, this guy was really nice. He gave me a free pizza, and he gave me a pop. So
There you
Oh,
go.
that's awesome.
And
So-
you were talking about taste as well. Was there something that set it apart?
oh yeah,
in your mind
I
as far
like
as
the
taste?
yeah. So well, my taste buds don't work much.
Yeah, exactly. They might be
Yeah.
shot after
Yeah.
this for
Yeah,
sure.
but yeah, all the Italian things you mentioned.
The seasoning.
Yeah,
All the
all the
Italian
seasonings. Yeah.
Chandler, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Tasia and Garrett here. BA's was really phenomenal. I have no other way to put it. I don't want to be in verbatim with these two, but yep, of all of them that I would eat the most of, it would be that one.
Which one again?
Buffalo Alice.
Oh, Buffalo Alice.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. What do you think?
I'm a Jerry's lover. Always have been. It was nice to kind of try the different ones. I like Jerry's when it's close, but yeah, it was the seasoning. I love pepperoni, so like if I can't taste it, I don't want to eat it. So the pepperoni's what did it for me, and I love like thin crust. I felt like everything was a great ratio. So, I mean, they just did it for me. Yeah.
Well, you were coming in here talking about how good Jerry's was. Did
I
you have an open
I
mind?
kept an open mind.
Okay,
I
great,
really
great.
did. I kept- but you know, it was hard to because I love Jerry so much because I kept comparing it.
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh, but this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to. Stick
What would
with
your
Jerry's.
second choice be?
The other one that had a lot of pepperoni, not Alfredo's.
I think Buffalo Alice.
Yeah.
And that was Buffalo
Alice
Alice in my
lit it
second.
up.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, I really appreciate the opportunity for all of you being here. I appreciate not everyone eating the entire pizza because you better believe that now I'm going to be going through some of that and enjoying a little bit of a taste test myself. So hopefully there's a little bit of leftovers. But I appreciate you all joining on the podcast, Inside Mside.
Thanks for
We
having
might
us.
need to have like
Yeah,
a food
that was
edition
fun.
because this is exciting not only for us that are here able to partake in them, but also, like I said, I know I have multiple conversations with alumni or people coming back to campus that regularly are visiting with me about they can't wait to go to this food establishment or this one of where they were and what they were enjoying while they were on campus. So I appreciate it very much, Dr. Mosley, even for making the trip and coming over to enjoy this with
Hey,
us.
thanks for dinner.
Right, exactly right.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, follow, and watch for the next episode. Thank you.